A really important lesson you can help your young child learn over the years is how to cope with frustration. Over time, children will be asked to do increasingly difficult tasks that are at or beyond the limits of their capabilities. They will inevitably encounter frustration. You can have a positive effect on your child by helping them learn to handle setbacks and persist in the face of frustration. Young children do not have very much experience dealing with frustration, as all of their needs have always been met by their caregivers. They haven't yet acquired all the language skills that they need to express themselves verbally, and they also lack the brain development that enables adults to label and regulate emotions and how those emotions are expressed. In order for children to develop both the verbal and social emotional skills that they need, it's important that they encounter situations that involve a small, manageable amount of frustration so they can practice new skills. Young children can get easily overwhelmed and need a lot of assistance in terms of breaking down problems into manageable parts. This is a key step in handling frustrating situations. If they do not know how to tolerate and cope with frustration, children may expect others to solve their problems and will give up in the face of difficulty. Here are some tips for helping your child cope with frustration. When you see your child become frustrated, try not to mirror that frustration in your own voice or behaviors. Instead, focus on staying calm and talking your child through the situation in a gentle voice. Acknowledge that she is frustrated, but stress the importance of continuing to try to do something that she finds difficult. Look for opportunities to challenge your child. Routinely ask them to do things that are slightly beyond what they have been capable of doing in the past. Do not jump in to help them. If you see them struggling, instead of immediately helping, try to prompt them by offering hints to make the situation easier. If they are really having difficulty and do not seem to be making any progress after a few minutes, break the task down into small steps. If necessary, guide them through, or even do the first step for them and then back off again. Your child should be hearing the following phrase quite often: "Try it yourself first, and if you can't do it, then I'll help you get started."
Magic dragon.
Keep your child's world as predictable and routine as possible. If children feel confident and secure in general, they will be able to handle minor setbacks and frustrations. Help your child learn the important skill of delaying gratification. Young children do not yet have the brain development to effectively cope when they have to wait for what they want, so you have to give them practice developing this skill. As much as it is practically possible, have them wait for what they want, even if it's just a minute or two. Talk to them about how to distract themselves when they are waiting for something. Give lots of positive attention for times when your child handles a potentially frustrating situation in a healthy manner. Point out specifically what she did well. Ignore screaming or hitting behaviors if they're not creating havoc. You don't want to give negative attention. When something irritates you, tell your child what you are feeling, so she can learn to recognize emotions in others and label them in herself. Then talk yourself through the frustration so that your child can hear you telling yourself things such as, "Okay, Dad, relax and take a deep breath," or, "It's okay, I can deal with this." Anytime you encounter frustration while in the presence of your child, imagine that she will behave exactly like you each time she is frustrated for the rest of her life. But don't be too hard on yourself. If you make a mistake and behave in a way you don't want to see again, tell your child, "I made a mistake, and I'm behaving in a way that I need to do better, and make a different choice next time."
What do you need, Melanie?
It can take a long time to develop the right skills for coping with frustration, but you can guide your child in the right direction. Learning how to handle challenges is an incredibly important foundational skill that will help promote success not only in school, but also in relationships of every kind. I'm Anne. Thanks for learning about how to help your child deal with frustration.
There's lots of fun for you and me at Apple Tree.